Dear students, everybody open page number 201. Lipika, something special non-veg? What you had?
Veg.
Veg. Subiksha? As soon as I asked her lunch, she got escaped. She got out of the class only. Is it a wrong question asking lunch? Only how many participants are there, Prabhanjan?
3, sir.
Only 3. What is this? We'll wait, huh? We'll wait for 2 minutes. Where is Subiksha? Where is Subiksha again joined? Subiksha, I asked for lunch. You got out of the class only. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
What happened? What you had? What's your lunch afternoon, Subiksha? Subiksha, can you hear me? No, she's not able to hear, I think. So let us start the class. Our next chapter is control statement. So in the previous chapter, just we'll recall what we have done in the previous chapter. Okay. In the previous chapter, which we Ashish is joining. Good afternoon, Ashish. Ashish. Ashish, enable your video. I've told you earlier only, nobody should disable the video. Ashish, enable your video.
Yeah, sir, I am.
I want to see your face. Okay, let's have a recapitulation of a previous class. Previous class, we discussed about the input and output operators. Input, I have shown you what is input and what is output. Okay. Input is insertion and output is exertion. After that, we discussed with an example of input with an example and output also with an example. Cascading of IO operators means instead of writing so many syntax, we will be writing the same syntax in single line is called cascading. That is C in X comma C in X again Y in single line. Followed by that, we discussed about a few programs. The programs were about 2 variables using third variable and 2 variables without using third variables. So those 2 programs are very important, dear students. Keep it in mind. Those 2 programs are very important. So you have to understand and learn carefully. Hope so that you have understood the program. Okay. Then after that, we discussed about the radius, area and circumference of a circle. Then triangle of given 3 sides, S1, S2, S3. Then years and months and date and time. Those were the small simple chapter. Now let us move into the next chapter, that is control statement. So this control statement already we have discussed about this chapter. Already we have discussed about this chapter. So and in this chapter we will be learning still more in detail. Okay. Now in this objectives to understand the various control statements, usage and implementation. Now Prabhanjan.
Yes, sir.
Name the control statements. How many control statements are there?
2, sir.
Name
Selection
them.
statements and iteration statements.
Okay. In this chapter, you will be learning about selection statement and iteration statement. This topic was discussed earlier in the beginning of the program methodology. Okay. So selection statement is nothing but if else, if else if ladder, those kind of concepts are selection statement. Iteration statements are of three types. They are for, while, and do while. Here in this chapter, we will be learning in detail. Now, Prabhanjan, read the introduction.
A program is usually not limited to a sequence of instructions. During its process, it may bifurcate, repeat, or take decisions. For that cause, C++ provides us control structures, statements that can alter the flow of a sequence of instructions. In C++ structures, with the introduction of control structures, we are going to introduce a new concept called compound statement or block. Block is a group of statements which are separated by semicolons like all C++ statements, but grouped together in a block enclosed in brackets. Most of the control structures that we will see in this chapter require syntax. A statement can be a simple statement or a compound statement. The order of execution of statements may be changed depending on certain conditions to make a proper decision. The order in which statements are executed in a program is called flow of control. C++ provides control structures that serve to specify what has to be done by the program, when and under what circumstances.
Okay. This is just a theory part. I just made you to read. Now, types of control statement. There are two types of control statement: selection statement and iteration statement. It is not iteration statement. You can call it as iteration statement. Okay. Then let us start the selection statement now. In selection statement, here we will be learning four types. I think you all are aware of these four types, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have done this. So here we will be learning in detail with some more examples of the program. So selection statements allows us to select the statements or set of statements for execution based on the condition. All the four types have got different types of condition. If we'll have only one condition, if else we'll have two condition, nested if nested statement will have more than two condition, and switch will have a different concept for that. Okay. Now first one is if. Ashish, read the if paragraph.
If statement. This is the simplest form of if statement. This statement is also called as one-way branching. This statement is used to decide whether a statement or a set of statements should be executed or not. The decision is based on a condition which can be evolved to true or false.
Okay, here, okay, enough. Here you should understand when you give the condition, it should be either true or false. There is no other condition, only one condition. I mean to say only one output or only one condition has to be satisfied. If you go to the example of this, to find largest of two numbers using if statement, to find largest of two numbers, whenever you first thing you need to understand is you need to understand the question. Read the question with clear mind. Okay. Now to find largest of two number using if statement. So we have used three packages. In Java we call packages, in C++ we call it as header files. Now include iostream.h. This program I'll explain. The coming programs one by one you need to explain. Okay, that is the best way of understanding the program. If you are not able to do, I will help you, but you need to understand, you need to explain me properly. This simple program I'll explain you. So here we need two variables. Two numbers means two variables, and two numbers using if statement. So by using if, you are going to find the largest number. Means what? There are two numbers. You have to check whether the first one is largest number or the second one is largest number. Clear? The question is clear? Question is clear, Lipika?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now for this program, we are using three header files. One is iostream.h, that is input output. We need input output most of the programs. most of the programs we will use input output header files, that is iostream.h. The next one is canio.h. Okay, that I will tell you later why we use canio.h. In this nothing much we have used for canio.h, but still they have used this header file. Third one is iomanip.h. Iomanip.h means input output manipulation. Here we are manipulating the values, either checking the value of A is greater or the checking the value of B is greater. So as in the question says, two numbers using if statement. So we want two variables, and what we are doing with these two, we are going to find the largest number. So we want three variables. One is A, other one is B, and the third one is large. So we have created the variable. Without creating the variable, dear students, you cannot perform the calculation, because variables will hold the value. No other syntax can hold the value. Only thing is the variable. Variable should hold the value. Okay, and the variable is holded by what? Data type. Now here you can see here int is a data type, that is primitive data type, and we have initialized three variables. We have initialized how many variables? We have initialized how many variables?
3.
3.
Yeah. Who is that 2021? Subiksha. Okay. Three variables. Now clear screen. I have told you about the clear screen. Clear screen is used to delete the output, which we have done in the previous program. Then cout. Cout, I have already told you, cout is to display the information. What is the display we are going to give for this program? Enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. Okay. Then what? After entering two numbers, means after that enter two number, the text is displayed on the screen. You have to enter two numbers. Means what? Your compiler should accept two numbers. To accept, what is the syntax? Cin. So Cin A, again insertion B. So this is cascading input output operator. Why I'm calling it as in cascading? Can you tell me?
It is written in a single line.
Yeah, of course you can write it in double line also. Cin A semicolon, Cin B semicolon. Instead of making your program length longer and complex, you can make it in a single line. That is called as cascading. The next one is, now the digestion part of the program starts. Now the digestion part of the program starts. What is the digestion part? Large is equal to A. Now first number when you input, that will be the large. Correct? Okay, here they have taken the value of 20 and 10. Now the first number when you input, it will tell 20 is the largest number, because you don't know the second number. First, when you input the number, the first number, it will take it as the largest number. Then if B is large, large is equal to B. First one is what? If A large is equal to A, means A value is 20, means large is equal to A. If A is not that value as 20 as large number, then if one condition you are giving, what? B is greater than large. B is greater than large means what? Large value is what? 20. And B value is what? 10. So 10 greater than 20. So large is equal to B. If this condition satisfies, then if will work, or else the first condition will work. Correct? Yes or no? The first condition when you are inputting large is equal to A, that is the biggest number. When you're going for the second number with checking the first number, if the condition is true, then second condition will work. If condition is false, the first condition will work. Here, which condition will work? Ashish, first condition will work or second condition will work?
The first.
Very good. The first condition will work. In case your A value is 5 and B value is 10, then second condition will work. Is this program clear for you all? Any
Yes,
doubts?
sir.
If you have no doubts, please show me a thumbs up so that I can go further. Show me a thumbs up. Yes, Ashish is fast. Very good, very good. Anush, yeah. Now this is a simple program of if. Now again, the next program is 204. Now I'm going with Anush. Now Anush, this program belongs to you. This program belongs to you. Okay. Start your explanation. First, you explain the question and then explain the variables. What are the variables you are going to take and how the digestion part will work. These are the three things you have to explain properly. Others, get ready and listen carefully. I will also listen to him. Your time starts now.
To find the largest, smallest and second largest of the three numbers using simple if statement. Include iostream.h. Include, sir,
Conio.h.
conio.h. Include iomanif.h. Void main. Int abc largest, scale largest, smallest, C clear, C out, enter three numbers. C in A, B, C. Largest is equal to A, smallest A. If B is largest, largest is equal to B. If C largest, largest is equal to C. If B is smallest, smallest is equal to B. If C is smallest, smallest is equal to C. Scale largest is equal to A plus B plus C minus largest plus smallest. C
Now,
out.
you stop there. From largest is equal to A till the last one which you read, you explain the digestion part.
Sir, from where, sir?
Largest is equal to A, smallest is equal to A.
Sir, we must take, they give largest number is 50, sir.
Hmm.
So largest is 50, sir.
No, I'm not understanding properly. I have explained you. See, first thing is you take the A value as 10, B value 50, and C value 30. And you're finding what? Largest, smallest, and second largest, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we are creating how many variables?
Three variables.
Hey,
6 variables.
6 variables.
6 variables. Okay, A, B, C, largest, second largest, and smallest. Now in the output screen, enter 3 numbers. Okay, in output screen, enter 3 numbers. Then what? To enter 3 numbers, we'll have cascading inputs, that is A, B, and C. Okay, now the first one, A is what? 10. Okay, listen carefully. A is what? 10. So largest is equal to A, smallest is equal to A. Why A is called largest and smallest?
It is the first number, so variable.
It is the first number and we are not going for the second number. Next step we'll go to second number. Before that, first time you are encountering only A. A value is 10. So we predict or we assume that A is smallest, A is biggest. When you compare with the second number, you will find either A is big or B is big. Okay. Then after that, again you'll compare with C. That time you'll find A is largest or B is largest or C is largest or A is second largest or B is second largest or C is smallest. Okay. Now, if A condition is over, the first number is the largest. If B is largest, largest is equal to B. Okay, second one is largest, means largest is B. If C is largest, C is the largest. Okay, again C is equal, if B is smallest, smallest is equal to B. If C is smallest, smallest is equal to C. Here one thing you should understand, B largest condition we gave, C largest condition we gave. Okay, B smallest condition we gave and C smallest, but A we didn't give the condition, right? Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
We didn't give the condition for A.
Largest and smallest is both A, sir.
Yeah, correct. The beginning only we have specified that the first number A is largest and B is largest. Second number when you are encountering that time, okay, second one will be the largest. Okay, again one more syntax we say that that is smallest. Again C is smallest. This mechanism, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Subiksha, are you able to understand this mechanism?
Sir.
Okay, Lipika?
Not clearly, sir.
Not clearly. Okay, what to do now? There is no board here. Okay, I'll tell you one more time. A value is 10, B value is 50, and C value is 30. Now 10 is largest and 10 is smallest. Done. Second time, if 50 is largest, then 50 is largest. Okay, if 10 is largest, then 10 is largest. Again, if 50 is smallest, then 50 is smallest. If 10 is smallest, then 10 is smallest. 10 is what? C. 10 is what? C. And B is what? 50. In the place of B, you assume that it's 50. In the place of C, you assume that it is 10. In the place of A, you assume that, in the place of B, 50. In the place of C, 30. In the place of A, 10. Then you'll able to understand. Now after that, you have to find out the second largest. The largest number is 50. We got the largest number is 50. Now, second largest number, we have to find out. How to find out the second largest number? Second largest is equal to A plus B plus C. A is how much? A is how much?
10.
10.
Okay. Second largest, what is the value of A?
10.
Ashish, what is the value of
10.
B?
10,
B.
50,
And Anush, what is the value of C?
30,
What is the total sum of that?
90,
90,
50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 90 minus largest plus smallest. What is the largest number? 50.
50.
And smallest number?
10,
10.
10.
50 plus 10, 60.
60,
60 minus 90?
30,
So
30,
second
30.
largest is 30. Got it? I'll explain again. 10 plus 50 plus 30 is 90. 90 minus largest is 50, largest is 50 plus smallest is 10. 50 plus 10, 60. 60 minus 90, 30. Second largest is 30. Understood the calculation part? Ashish?
yes,
Lipika, understood?
Yes, sir.
See, these are very simple program. You will get 10 marks. Is this program difficult for you? Lipika,
No, sir.
how easily you can gain 10 marks? Okay, then what happens? Second largest and largest will write the condition, and that will invoke to the particular place and ask for the answer, and it will print on the output screen. That's it from this program. Shall I go to the next program?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Lipika will explain the question. Come on, Lipika.
Input the total amount in a bill. If the amount is greater than 1000, the discount of 8% is given. Otherwise, no discount is given. Output the total amount, the discount, and the final amount.
You read now. Now you explain what they're asking. What are the variables you have to create for this? Who can do this? Subiksha, can you try? Subiksha.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, explain the question.
Input is the total amount.
Hmm.
Then the amount should be greater than 1,000.
Okay, if it is greater than 1,000, what will be the discount?
8%.
Yeah, Subiksha, your bandwidth internet is very low, I think. Okay, Anush, continue that. If your if your amount is greater than 10,000, 1,000, what will be the discount?
No discount is given.
Huh?
8%, sir.
Okay, then what else they have asked?
Total amount, discount, and final amount.
Okay. Okay. Again, here we are only dealing with if. We are not going for if else. Okay. To make you thorough, one more program they have kept. I'll explain now. Include iostream.h. iostream is input output stream reader. Include conio.h. What is conio.h? Conio.h is a C header file used mostly by MS-DOS. MS-DOS is what? Disk operating system. That is a compiler to provide console input and output. Means what? To provide the support to the input output, conio.h is used. It is not part of the C standard library. Okay, it is not part of the C standard library. Got it? So here H stands for header file. It is used in MS-DOS as compiler to create text user interface. These are the simple explanation of that. Don't bother much about that. The next one is the manip.h. These are the header files we are using. Next one, void main. My one simple question, what is the meaning of void?
Empty.
Who gave the answer?
Deepika.
Lipika. Good. Empty means null. In the beginning of the program, nothing is there. Okay, nothing is there. Now you're going to start with the main. Got it? In the beginning of the program, you have not written any syntax. So the program is empty. Then after that, you will keep your first step towards the main. And in that main, you are writing the program. Now, in this program, float is used because you might encounter in decimal, because you are going for percentage of the discount of 8%, means what? You might get the whole number or the decimal. To have in a safer side, we will use float. These small things you should understand. If you write int, the program is gone. Okay, though your output is what to say, whole number, you should take float only, because it is a decimal. This one percentage is given. Percentage cannot give all the time the whole number. Most of the time you might encounter in decimal number. Now, what are things they have asked? Float amount, the amount what you're going to do the bill, total discount for that, and net discount, net amount. Okay, net discount and net amount. Now let us get inside the program again. Again, same clear screen, enter amount. You'll enter the amount. Here, what is the amount they have given? Ashish?
2,000.
Ashish, what is the amount they have given?
2,000.
Yes, don't see that side. Ashish, my eyes is on your eyes only. Okay,
Yes, sir.
my eyeball is not moving anywhere. I'm only seeing you. Okay, the amount which you are inputting is 2,000. Okay, enter amount, that is C out, C in is amount, that is you are inputting number. Okay, now as we are going on to the so many programs, I think you are familiar of the programs. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, still if you, as we go on another 10 programs, you have to explain me in detail about that programs. Now, discount is equal to 0.0. Why? Subiksha, why? Discount is equal to 0.0, why? Come on, Subiksha. Subiksha, waiting for your answer. Okay, let us go to my sweet student Ashish. Why it is 0.0 discount? Unmute yourself.
Otherwise, no discount is given. They have given, no, sir.
Otherwise, no discount is given. Fine. You told that, but why 0.0 is only used? If you don't write, then it is understood that there is no discount only, no?
For putting that, the actual discount which they have given in the question, we'll put 0.0.
No, still I'm not. Lipika. Lipika, unmute yourself.
Because it can't be blank.
NI Super King Hero, yellow t-shirt boy.
Sir, at first we take it as 0.0, so discount.
Yes,
The amount
because
is not given.
see, in the beginning we are initializing that we are going to have discount here in the beginning. Wherever you are initializing, you have to start with 0 only. Okay. Now discount is equal to 0.0 means what? You have not started the discount calculation. Now next you are going to do the discount calculation. So you don't know any discount. You have not entered any number for discount of 8%. 8% will be given in the next stage, next line. That is, if amount is greater than or equal to 1000, discount should be 8 divided by 100. 8 divided by 100 is 8%. Okay. So here you will get the discount. So what is the discount you are getting? What is the discount you are getting? For 8%, for 2000, 8% means
1000, sir.
1000. Let's see. Okay.
8%.
So here if amount is greater than or equal to 1000, discount is equal to 8 divided by 100. Here in this stage, you finished your discount. In this syntax, you finished your discount, that is 8%. Again, they have asked for net discount. What is the net discount? Now net discount is called amount into discount. So your amount is 2000 into discount. When you do that, you will get net discount of 160 rupees. Okay. Again, net amount is equal to amount minus net discount. In the last stage, you should minus the net discount. Net discount 160, 2000 minus 160, you will get the net amount as 1840. Again, for this printing, we'll use Cout net discount. Again, net discount will invoke to the calculation part. Again, net amount will invoke to the second line of the program. I think you are getting confused here.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In this Zoom, any board option is there? Writing board option is there in Zoom?
Share screen shares. Screen sharing.
Screen share, huh? Okay, okay.
Blank screen shares.
Right board. Okay, I got it. If amount is greater than or equal to 8 divided by 100. Now net discount is equal to amount into 100. Amount is what? 2000.
2000.
Sorry, I'm not good in mouse handling, so adjust my handwriting. 2000. Okay, 2000 into discount. What is the discount you are getting for 2008%?
8%.
Just calculate 2000 for 8%. I'm not much good in mathematics, so you people should be knowing 8% for 2000. Any idea?
160.
160 is a net amount. I'm not getting the number here. Let us see. Okay, assume that 160 only. We'll see. This is the calculation part of net
Sir,
discount.
0.08.
Sure.
0.08.
0.08. Okay. If you calculate
Multiply 160, sir.
multiply 160.
Yes, sir.
So good. You did good job. So 160 is what? Net discount. Got it? Now net amount. What is net amount? What is your amount? Amount is
2000.
2000. Minus net discount is how much?
160.
160.
160. What is the answer you will get?
1840.
1840.
40.
Okay, now here we'll do one thing here. This is net amount, right? And this is net discount. Now next one, see out net discount is equal to, till there is no calculation, it's in double quotes, it will print as it is. Again insertion, net discount. This net discount will go and ask this part and it will print this number. Okay, again net see out net amount is equal to in double quotes, again in insertion part net amount. Again net amount will go and ask this net amount and ask for the output. The output, the calculation is 1840. End L is used to end the line. I have told you, right? End L is ending the line. Okay, then get ch, nothing much. We are not using much character here, only numbers. So this is the calculation part. Understood? This
Yes,
is
sir.
the first part for the discount. Okay, then net discount carries this also, and net amount is this one. Clear? Any doubts on this? Any doubts on this? Can I go to the next screen, next page?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, then I'll clear this. Okay, the next topic is if-else statement. Hopefully or hope so that you have understood about if statement. Anywhere any question they give on if statement, are you able to write the program?
Yes, sir.
First thing is you need to understand the question. After understanding question, create the variable, clear screen, again see out, write the statement, see in, accept information and do the calculation, and then again printing the statement, see out and see in, and get ch and close the block. If I close eyes also, I should remember the syntax. After which what I have to use. After the header file, I will use what? Void main in bracket. Then I will open the block, then clear screen. Then what happens? See out, enter the value, enter the statement, then scene. After scene, I'm doing the calculation part. Then I'll close the flower bracket, and then I'll run and compile. I'll compile and run. Okay. Now, how many more minutes left?
Over, sir, class.
Class
4
over.
minutes. Yes, sir. 150, sir.
150. Till
Yes,
what
sir.
time this class should be there?
Till 150, sir.
Who said?
110 to 2 things, I think, sir.
Yeah, but exactly 2 o'clock I have one more class. one more Zoom class for me. So I'll end the session here. Okay. And Saturday, I think we have one more class. So weekly we'll have 2 classes. After finishing this, I'll conduct one test for you. Okay. Let selection statement. After finishing this selection statement, this race. So I am going to end this session. Thank you so much, Ashish. Thank you so much, Anush, Prabhanjan, Lipika, Subiksha. Thank you so much. Tell your friend
Welcome,
Norbert
sir.
to join the class here. I'm missing him. Tell him that sir was missing. Please join the class.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
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 sir.
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 Bye, Ashish.
Bye, sir.
Bye, Anush.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, you can exit yourself one by one. Yes, Lipika. Bye. Subiksha, bye.